Hello and welcome. I'm John Fingston, and today I'm going to be playing through Dragon Quest II. If you haven't already watched my playthrough of Dragon Quest I, please go check that out. I really appreciate it. This is the sequel. It's part two of the trilogy, which is Dragon Quest 1 through 3. Obviously, the series has continued on beyond that, but these three, in my opinion, are the real classics. I'm going to be playing through the Nintendo Switch version. Uh, so you may notice some changes from the old NES version, changes in names of monsters, locations, spells, weapons, things like that. I'll try and call them out as I can, um, but I can't guarantee I'll catch them all because there have been quite a few updates. There may also be some changes to the actual maps themselves, so just be aware of that. If you're playing through on your own and you're just using this to kind of help you out. Um, but with that, let's just kind of dive right into this start of the storyline. All right, so as we've just found out, this game takes place about 100 years after Dragon Quest One. We are going to be playing as the descendants of the legendary hero Erdrick or Loto, depending on your version, as well as the descendants of the hero from Dragon Quest One. So with this game, they actually expanded your party from one individual to now three. So we're going to have the Prince of Canuck and the Princess of Moonbrook in our party as well. And one of the nice things about this game is you actually get to name your party members. Here they auto-generated Randolph and Florette as my my cousins. And please keep in mind, these are your cousins when you're naming them. Please don't name the Princess of Moonbrook after like a spouse, or the Prince of Canuck after a spouse. Just keep that in mind. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and name the Prince of Canuck Squeaks, and I'm going to name the Princess of Moonbrook Sophie for this playthrough. The auto-generated names really are based off of how you named your character, or at least they used to be. I'm not sure if they kept that mechanic here for the remake. So if you want to play with that, you can. Otherwise, obviously, just go ahead and name your character however you want them. After this, this game is also very kind to us in that we actually start off with that chest that the king's offering us, where we'll actually start the game with a copper sword and some leather armor. If you watch the first playthrough, you know that I used the leather armor, the leather shield, the copper sword, pretty much through the first half of that game. I can tell you right now that's not going to work in this one. This one's far more complicated, far more complex. But go ahead and open up the chest. Once again, copper sword, 50 gold. So we don't have to do that heavy grinding right off the bat. We got a pretty good weapon. Couple of changes that they made in this game was they actually expanded the number of item slots. So instead of just the sword, the armor, and the shield, and then some random item, they added on additional things such as the helmet now. So let's go ahead and check that out. So going in order: sword, armor, shield, helmet, and then just your miscellaneous item. This game, those miscellaneous items will actually come into effect more often. Some of them you actually need their key items, so you'll actually interact with the outside world using them. That's pretty cool. I like that. A couple things to be aware of. Your character, the Prince of Midenhall or Laurasia, depending on which version you're playing, he's a straight brawler. No MP, just straight attack, defense, high HP. Prince of Canuck is going to be kind of a mix between brawler and caster. He's going to learn some pretty good spells. He's also going to be able to equip some pretty good weapons and armor. But he's kind of a jack of all trades. The Princess of Moonbrook is going to be just straight magic. Terrible attack, terrible weapons and armor. But she's going to learn some really powerful spells that'll help make up for that. Coming here to the castle, you can see that there's that room there with all of those chests. Sort of like how in the first game, they were just kind of taunting us the whole time. They did the same thing here. Another thing that they added in this game was different types of doors with different types of keys, as opposed to just one key for everything. So same general setup. You got an inn. The cost at the inn increases with each successive town, as well as you expand your party. Item shop. You got the herb, the leather shield, and the antidote. This game expanded the types of status changes that you could have. So they actually added poison in this one. It was not in the first. They do still have sleep. You can still be prevented from casting spells. This one they also added on this dazzle thing where your normal attacks are more likely to miss. However, your magic isn't impacted. So once again, just this game is Dragon Quest 1, just massively expanded. So that's a pretty cool way of doing it. I'm gonna first start off the game by just trying to get to that leather shield. So my first goal is get an additional 40 gold. So let's go ahead and train up. Alright, so as I had mentioned, they expanded the number of players in your party. They also expanded the number of monsters you can fight. So obviously this is the mascot of the Dragon Quest franchise, the blue slime. You know, not much of a threat, um, but always nice to see him. They did change out the red slime for the mollusk, so you will not see that red slime or she slime, depending on which version of Dragon Quest One you played. But same general concept. Just a weaker monster earlier on. Um, a lot of the experience and gold for the remakes has been changed from, for example, the NES versions. So if that's what you're used to, they made it a lot easier to grind up, made it a lot easier to level up, made it a lot easier to get gold. So that definitely helps with the progression of the game. Your character also moves across the map a lot faster, so it's pretty nice. So again, I'm just shooting for get up to 90 gold total, so we can get that leather shield. All right, and with that, actually just got the first level up, so now we're going to be level 2. Um, Strength increased by 2, agility 1, resilience 1. Big increase to HP. Once again, we will not gain magic power for the main prince. He will not learn any spells. However, he's going to get nice increases to his attack, his resilience, and his HP throughout. One thing to notice is that just because you have 3 people in a battle doesn't mean they're all going to be part of the same group. So in this case, you had a group of 2 and a single mollusk. That's going to come into play with your spells later on. Some spells attack a group of monsters. Some spells will attack all monsters. So just bear that in mind later on. I just figure I'll introduce that mechanic here. And since we have 90 gold, let's go ahead and come into town, buy that leather shield. That'll be our first defensive boost of the game. And with that, that's actually where I'm going to go ahead and call it for this video. We just increased our defense a nice little chunk there. We leveled up, got a nice big boost to HP. A couple things to be aware of. Always rest up at the end if you need to. You can always grab an herb to help you leveling up, so you don't have to come back into town to heal up. Next video, we're going to make our way to Leftwine Village, see some new monsters on the way. So thanks for watching.